Hey everybody, Happy New Year. So we got the new year started. Listen, because the new year's starting, we're all thinking about, or many of us think about doing new year resolutions or what do we want to do different, things like that. I thought it'd be good at the beginning of this year, being that 2024 may be a big year in your crypto investments, maybe for XRP, for XDC, for XLM, for all of them, for the bull market run, for the utility run. We don't know dates of when these things are going to happen, but many of us may end up with a tremendous amount of money to have to make decisions over. So that's where my mind's at on today's video. By the way, if you like my content, please like and subscribe. I love to see the subscriptions, that bell notification. Hit that, and thumbs up always works for me. That helps the algorithm, as you know. Before we get started, I know you probably tire of the decent wallet, but they're running that special for the next couple days, and the way that you get it is somebody has to have a link for you, and I have that link. So that link's in the description to get the savings. Get you a hardware wallet if you don't have one. You can see the savings in there. I'm not going to go over all of it, but just quickly, one wallet, $109, 30% savings. If you buy two, you get a 40% savings. You can get two for $190, or you can get those cards. I think it's a 28% savings, whatever that works out to be. So check that out. Okay, moving right along. So New Year's resolution or planning stage. If we hit a bunch of money, skipping the tax phase, because that's a complicated phase. I personally probably will leave my money in crypto. If crypto goes, I'll leave it in the exact same crypto and not move it, more than likely. But after you have made that decision, there's still some things that we need to think about. You need to have a plan. You need to have an idea of what you're going to do. You really need to write it down, and you need to maybe even write down and warn yourself. Check out just like a couple minutes right here, but check out what's said right here. This is very valuable, and we need to learn from others. So watch
Trust
this.
that emotion, not an idea. In fact, as I was saying those words, I was like, something doesn't feel right. They trust their emotions, and they don't have a clear idea. And so this comes back to, okay, to me, so I really want to, if you and I disagree, I want to debate this until the end of time. Yeah. I think that the reason that most people won't be successful is they cannot control their emotions.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's going to end up happening is they don't have a clear thesis on what they're investing against. They're going to, in the euphoria, when it's a bull market and everything's going great, they're going to be like, this is going to last forever. Mm-hmm. And they're going to invest accordingly. And so they will buy at the top, and then they're going to panic as the number drops because of the emotion. Yep. They'll forget that they didn't have a thesis in the first place. They're just buying based on emotion, effectively gambling. And as it comes down, they're going to sell at the bottom. And so what becomes the simplest and best advice in the world, buy low, sell high, they do the exact inverse.
Easier
and they buy
said than
high
done.
and sell low.
Right.
But it's easier said than done for a very explainable reason. Your emotions will convince you that dots connect that don't connect. Yeah. And this is something, remember, everything I say, I'm saying to myself, man, I get it. I distrust myself more than anybody. So what I've seen happen to myself and to other people is that the emotions make it feel like you have a thesis. You're, oh my God, like this bull run. No, this is amazing. So I went through, I didn't know what euphoria in the market was until crypto. So yeah. I sort of build for 20 years, get wealthy, pick my head up and realize, oh, investing. Never really thought much about it. Don't know anything about it. Let me go see what's up. The more I start learning about money, the more I get into what's going on in crypto, and I see the way that people are, but I don't know that it's called euphoria. And so I have bright lines. I go in with a thesis. I know not to trust myself. I know not to trust my emotions. There's only so much capital I'm going to deploy, and when I hit that number, I'm going to stop. And everybody was like, hey, no, keep going, bye. And I'm like, nope, I am deployed. Yeah. And so it is what, and I dollar cost averaged. Now, The one thing, if I were going to do it again, I would elongate my dollar cost averaging time span so that, you know, I'm buying in over, let's say 10 years instead of 2, but nonetheless, had a number. Once I hit the number, cool, we're done. And also I was like, as long as my thesis remains intact, then I'm not going to sell, no matter what happens to the price. And because I only invested what I could afford to lose, which would be my layman's tip number 1, I drive by what's going to let me sleep through the night. That would be my layman's advice number 2. And then I just keep going with my bright lines. This is how much I was willing to put in. If I hit the number, yes, leave. Okay. I plan to hold for, like, basically put your head down for 10 years. Don't even look at it. Don't think about it. Has it been 10 years? No, then don't sell. And so at least is I have a thesis that is unemotional. I have it documented so that I can figure out, am I adhering to my thesis or not? Bright lines, do this yes, totally based on emotion, or do this no, again, based on no emotion. What's wrong with that strategy, if anything?
Nothing.
By the way, the link for that video is in the description. I want everybody to get full credit. And then upcoming, this is like a, I don't know, 35, 45 second video. And it's just a minute video. And you know, it's not of great importance, but it's just to, I guess, establish the fact. And I liked it, so I wanted to share it too. But another thing that spurs a little bit of thought.
Gamble twice? The ugly truth on why lottery winners usually go broke. When you win, there's 2 ways to get your money. You can take it slow, paid over time, or you can take it all at once. If you go the slow route, you get less up front, but you get that paycheck for years, and it keeps your spending in check. If you take it all at once, you'll get taxed harder, but you'll have way more to spend and invest right away. But most people who choose this option don't do well with money management, and most lose it all. So what would you choose? Would you gamble twice?
Now, the funny thing is, I think the psychology at that point in time, you wake up and your XRP or whatever coin has made you a millionaire. So fear of loss of that winning is pretty much going to probably dictate many people's decisions. They're going to be like, I need to cash it out now while I have it. This could bottom. This could tank. Same thing could happen at a good 30, 40% run. You know, forgetting the future, sometimes we focus on the now. And if I had $10,000 in, let's say $1,000 in XRP, then it was worth $15,000. It's going to fluctuate, isn't it? It might drop back to $7,000. Okay, so let's peer into a time period. Let's say, just for the sake of the story, no prediction involved, just for the sake of taking us on an emotional journey. Let's say you have $1,000 in XRP, and it goes to $15,000 pretty quickly over a 3-month time. During that time, you're going to struggle with, I need to pull that out. Because most people with only $1,000 in probably don't have $7,000, $10,000, $15,000 in the bank. And I'm not saying you don't, I'm just saying, generally speaking, that's probably the most money that they have anywhere, and they're paying their bills, and they've been cost dollar averaging or whatever you have, or put their tax money in, but they only had $1,000 in, and now it's worth $15,000. Well, now the struggle's real. $15,000 will do a lot of things for a person. So you got this heart palpitation going on with, man, I need to get it now. It could just go down. Well, that's true, and it probably will, because this is what it does all the time. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. You know, you got a trend, hopefully, that's going up, or a channel, and we become distrustful at that monetary amount that gets us hyper. It could be different for everybody. When you're at that point, you need a plan. You need some kind of a plan. Here we are at New Year's. make a plan. It doesn't matter what the plan is, but if you follow a plan, it's going to be better for you. Let's say your plan is, I will only cash out half at my panic point, whatever dollar amount that is. I would figure out what that is. Figure out what amount you want that to be at. And you're just going to have to live with the emotional ride. But let's say you pick half. So it goes to 15, you cash out half, you have 7. And then your idea is nothing for 2 years, or nothing until it's 50,000. Make a plan and follow your plan. Once you've picked what you're going to do for tax reasons, you need something. And like the little video talked about, lump sum is where, look up the videos of lotto winners, because this is going to be a great example for us to learn from. Lotto winners that took lump sum. There are so many of them that go broke. Listen, you may think that you're different, but it might be that you're the same. Because money in hand and money in bank changes everything. So as wise as we may think we're going to be, I'm sure those people didn't plan on being broke. None of them. None of them planned on being broke. They all thought they had it made. Now, but they took lump sum, spent wildly, created issues. Years down the road, they're broke. Taking the money slow, if that seems extremely disappointing to you, beware. Because having a sustained living, there's nothing wrong with it. So the more you disdain the idea of a slow payment, the more caution I would give you. Doesn't mean you're going to fail. It's not a prediction of what you're going to do. But the more you disdain, say you have enough money to either take out and have $1 million or average a return of $85,000 a year and maintain your money. Well, as disappointing as it may be to get $85,000 a year, maintaining the $1 million becomes more important, because taking the $1 million, $85,000 a year, what's that going to give you? 12 years, 13 years? And probably at a lame interest rate, or the fear of the banks. There's going to be all kinds of fear of loss. Fear is going to try to tell you to do all kinds of things. But there's mainly, I've seen about 5-6 points that people make about money. Having a lump sum. Obviously, diversify. My point here isn't to create the plan for you. My point here is make a plan. Let's make a plan. If you want to share your plan or share the wisdom of your plan, use my email. That is xrpcoinprice@gmail.com. Send me what your plan is, just bullet points, simple. Send it as short and simple, Maybe I can do a video and show several of those plans to people. But if you make it short, I'm going to diversify in, crypto, these stocks, or the bond market, or whatever you decide, in currencies, whatever you decide, silver, gold, I'm going to do 20%, 30% of this, and then 20 over here, 10 here, this for a dummy fund or a backup fund or whatever you call it, emergency fund. If you have that, email that to me. I'd like to see what some of the plans are, fishing for some of my own ideas. I have my own ideas about a plan. But I just thought that would be something for us to look at. What if we got prepared and then we knew what we were going to do as soon as it started happening? Then we'd feel like we're part of a functioning machine, and we'd be like, okay, this is what I'm going to do next. You have the next idea. Without a plan, people perish. Without a vision, people perish. So we don't want to be like a lotto winner that makes a bad decision and loses it all. Anyway, these are thoughts for the day, thoughts for the new year. Like and subscribe for me, and I hope you enjoyed today's content. You guys have a good day.